You're welcome to Producers Hub. My name is Olaitan Meadows. This is a show that brings you closer to your international and local favorite producers from both the music and movie scene. And on the show today, we have a producer who is the CEO of Esket Productions, is a multiple award-winning actor. He won the Best New Actor at the Nollywood Awards of 2014, the Best Actor in a Short Film Real-Time International Festival of 2017, and the Best Actor of the Year MSAA Awards of 2018. Is the head writer of the hit TV sitcom Squatters, and also he co-wrote Saro the musical. I'm talking about Seun Kentebe. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today, Seun.
Hey, thanks for having me. Please also note that I created Squatters as well. I like to throw that in too.
Oh, okay, great. You didn't just write, you created it. That's great. Amazing. Yes. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me.
So, as a graduate of business administration and someone who has delved for so many decades in the entertainment industry, how has your course of study impacted your chosen career?
Well, as it is, we know the industry is also labeled show business, which means you're marrying two cultures, as it were. There's the show, which is what people see on your screens, and then there's the business aspect, which is the monetary per se. So marrying both aspects to an industry is basically implementing business strategies. How does your product get to the consumer? How do you monetize your product? Then how do you stay relevant, in the faces of your potential clients? So that's where the business aspect comes in, because you have to strategize. You have to figure out what type of content your clients want, and then of course stating prices that are reasonable enough. And then over time, you know that because you have become in demand, so to speak, your prices can be raised, that you know that your clients will afford you because they trust the quality of your work. It also applies to, as an actor, it also applies to potential producers, potential clients, employers, as it were, because they have also seen over time that you are credible, you bring a level of quality to their productions. And of course, they want to have you on their set more often. They want to have you in multiple productions, and they're willing to pay for that service. So yes, that's also, bringing in the business aspect, because as an actor, you also see yourself as a brand.
Okay.
And brands don't come cheap. So,
yeah, sure. Okay, so from everything you said now, this is why it is vital and important to have a management team.
Yes, it's also important to have a management team. The way it runs in Nigeria is you have to have gotten to a certain level, because before some management outfits take you on, they want to see what you've done over time. They want to see if, even if you're not a household name, they want to see that you have at least gotten some level of followership. There are some people that can vouch for your abilities, and then they just help you get to the producers and the companies that ordinarily you won't be able to reach. So it's basically them helping you expand your reach and also boosting your profile. But you have to have done some groundwork.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So, how long you've been in the industry? Like I said earlier, you've been decades in the Nigerian entertainment industry, starting with the TV sitcom, very popular TV sitcom them, Squatters. So, what has been your highest and lowest moment so far? And let's start with your highest moment.
Okay, my highest moments in the business, for me, it started out with Twilight Zone. That was my debut screen. That was my debut screen appearance, and
Okay.
it's at a young age. I think I was in my 20s at the time. I was a newcomer to fame,
Okay.
and it was a good feeling because back then a lot of people would see you on TV and they liked what you were doing. So a lot of people were reaching out. And even till today, I still consider it one of my high points because a lot of people still remember me from Twilight Zone. And based on that series, I've gotten job offers and a lot of other things that I'm eternally grateful for. And then, of course,
Okay.
last year I was part of a production, an Mnet production that shows on Showmax. It's called
Okay.
Unmarried, season 2. And the beauty of that is the
It's
fact
called
that
what?
Unmarried. It is their second
Unmarried.
season. Yes.
Oh, okay.
And the beauty of that job is the fact that I didn't even know the producers from Adam. I just got a call and
Wow.
we would like to have you on our production. We have a role for you and everything. And management got involved. And when we spoke, even management and I were shocked. Like, okay, where did this come from?
Okay.
So yeah, those have been my high points thus far.
Okay.
My low points, and of course, I think it's generic for it's something every actor can relate to. Low points is when there are no jobs, or when jobs are few and far in between.
Okay.
I mean, for some of us who have other streams of income, it may not, you may not feel that pinch. But as a creative, because you always want to showcase your work, you always want to be in that circle. When when those things don't come, it affects you. There's a feeling of loss in a sense. I should be working. What's going on? Why is the phone not ringing? Why are messages not coming in? So yeah, those are my low points.
Oh, okay. What challenges you? What keeps you going?
For me, it's the viewers, the audience, colleagues, family, staying relevant. Those are the key drives for me. Because
Okay.
you know that someone out there is expecting something from you. And you also know that you have a number of things you want to put out there. So, those are the driving factors for me because, no creative just wants to sit at home doing nothing. No matter how small, put something out there, just at least so that people, because the way the business works is this: the more visible you are, the more recognized, the more relatable you are, as opposed to not putting anything out at all. It's better if you put out some things, maybe even if it's once a week, as opposed to not putting anything out at all, maybe once a month or something. Because if people don't get to see, if there's no consistency, you're easily forgotten. And of course, the industry, there's stiff competition. So it's who the people get to see more. The person who's in the audience faces more that are recognized, that are approached. So you as a creative have to find a way, no matter how small, just put out some content.
Okay.
And of course, these apps, there's a lot of apps that are helping out now, TikTok and the like, even Instagram, even if it's whatever social media platform you find yourself, just make sure you put out content. And of course, make sure that the content is rich enough to attract engagements. Yeah. So
Okay.
those are the things that
All
keep
right.
me going.
So you're the CEO of Esket Productions. Tell us about your production company.
Okay, so Kent Productions was birthed in 2015. 2012. Yes, sorry, it was birthed 2012, and over time, I delved a bit into radio drama, did some writing for some TV series and for film, and then I think it was 2017 we produced my very first short film. It was a collaboration between SK Productions, Fontaka, and Tio Inspiro. So we came together and we produced a short film called Careless. The story was basically about a mother who, in a sense, was suffering from some form of, how do I put it now? Some form of, she felt like her daughter had taken the best years from her. This is someone she had out of wedlock, and so most times she would always vent her frustrations on her daughter. And of course, it led to disastrous consequences at the end of the day.
Okay.
So yeah, it got some good reviews. It was shown at some festivals and of course mixed reviews. But yeah, and then of course we were planning on shooting a feature film last year, but of course COVID happened, so everybody's gone back to the drawing board. But definitely this year we're looking to churn out at least one more short film and then a feature film.
Okay. All right. The show returns after this break. Please stay tuned.
Yes, yo. It's Kenny Wonder, and you're listening to Producer's Hub. Stay tuned.
Hello, my name is Olaitan. Keep listening to Producer's Hub.
All right, welcome back. So to the next one now. One of the major challenges facing most Nigerian producers and Nigerian productions is actors complain about poor remuneration. And some complain that some producers don't even pay their actors at all. Like some people have to chase producers around, call them around, and just find it impossible getting their money after they've completed a job. What's your take on this issue?
Well, for me, I would like to lay the blame on structure. Nollywood lacks proper structure because ideally, when a producer wants to reach out to an actor for a job, you're not supposed to contact the actor directly. The actor is supposed to have representation. Okay. That's where, of course, that's where your management comes in. That's where your agents come in. And once, they go through that intermediary, there's a contract that is signed. And this contract will, of course, it's also has in those clauses what will happen, penalties for actors not getting paid within a specific amount or within a specific time frame. And then, of course, when you have entertainment lawyers who are embedded in the system, it's easier for the actors. It's a lot more favorable for the actors. So you know that once the producer defaults, you can approach your lawyer and the lawyer will take it up from there. But because everything is funny in Nollywood, producers get away with it because they know that actors cannot afford legal fees. So which lawyer are you going to walk up to? And most of the lawyers won't even. It's just maybe like a few entertainment lawyers that say, okay, let me take your case on when. And then of course they know the inner workings, so they know that it's the producer that will even pay for the actor's legal fees.
Okay.
And then at the end of the day, when the case is won and it's in favor of the actor, the lawyer gets a percentage. But these things and these laws do exist, but of course they are not implemented here. And and then of course greed also plays a major role in it because the producer will walk up to an actor and say, okay, I'll pay you X amount of money. The actor basically just wants his or her face to appear on screen so that he or she can attract more jobs. So, okay, no problem, let's do this. And everything is based on trust. But at the end of the day, the producer now reneges on said trust and that money is gone. But if, like I said, if these structures are put in place, then producers will know that, look, we have to sit up, we have to, and of course, in fairness to some producers, there are some of them who don't fall into that category. They are actually people of integrity. They will tell you, okay, this is how much you're getting paid. You will get paid that amount.
Okay.
No defaults, no delay, no excuses. Now, on the issue of poor remuneration, a lot of producers will tell you that, and these things, of course, are also two-sided. A lot of producers will tell you that most times the funds are self-raised. And then, of course, they're working with the budget. So, to a large extent, this is what they can afford.
Okay.
And for actors who have had good working relationships with such producers, they can attest to the fact, okay, this producer is being honest with me. And then, of course, there's that, and then there's that advantage in the sense that, fine, it's going to be consistent. So I know that at least for every 4 jobs you do, 2 or 3. You get so the money won't really matter like that. As opposed to some producers who go out, they source for these funds, they get way more than enough. They can pay the actors conveniently, but greed will always...
They just choose not to pay.
Greed will always find a way to convince said producers not to pay, and then they come and they tell you, oh, sorry, we don't have X amount. Now, we also have situations whereby some foreign bodies come in. They know that, okay, if I'm going to hire Shion Kentebe, for instance, I have to pay him for maybe for a 3-week project. I'm going to pay him maybe like anything from 800 to $1 million. But how do I reach Shion?
Okay.
Now, a Nigerian comes in and says, why do you want to pay him that amount? I beg, I can talk to him. He's my friend. He will collect 200.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's what happens. I remember a meeting. Yes, I remember a meeting I went for a while ago. A friend of mine wanted to organize a concert, and he wanted to blend gospel and secular acts on one stage.
Okay.
And then, we were talking, and of course, they talked about how much each secular act was going to collect. And then they came to the part of the gospel artists, and, we're okay. So how much is how much have you earmarked for each gospel act? And the guy said, this is the work of God they are doing.
Wow.
And I'm like, why would you say a thing like that? They are coming to perform just as these secular actors and artists are coming to perform. Now, someone in the meeting now said, you know what? There's one of the groups that were, listed. I know them. I can talk to them. They'll come and do it. They won't even collect money because it's coming through me. And that got me angry because I'm thinking, hello, why would you say a thing like that? This is their daily bread.
This is business.
It's business. Why would you want to deprive them of that? Would you like it if I contracted you for a gig and I told you, because I'm your friend, to come and do it for free?
Wow. Wow.
So you now understand that it's even Nigerians that are messing things up. I can give countless examples. Charms, when Charms was still heavy in the theater scene. When Charms first established in Nigeria, they had a budget for theater. They would call, for productions. This was the structure. Your fee was a 6-figure. This was, I'm talking early 2000s, so maybe like 2001 upwards, so like maybe 2006, 2007. Your cost for production, your figure is your salary is 6 figures. Now, that aside, they pay you. Now, there's a contract, so it depends on how you want it. You can get your full payment, you can get half, or you can withhold payment till after production.
Okay.
Now, why these options are available is because for rehearsals, you get per diem, which is 5 figures. You have a hotel that you are lodged in. If you want to, if let's assume, okay, you come from a far place, you can't be making rest house. There's a hotel provision for you. Even if you stay with him, but you feel okay, I want to be part of this theater space. There's a room assigned to you, and you still get your per diem. You know, and then of course, per diem doesn't mean that you won't get fed. There's lunch, there's breakfast, there's lunch, there's dinner. So a Nigerian came into the mix and goes, "Why are you paying them this amount? It's too much. It's too much. It's too much."
Oh my goodness!
I'm telling you, and before you could say Jack Robinson, the 6-figure salary got slashed. Per diem got slashed. There was no one. It now became, instead of one person to a room, it became like 5 people to a room, and it just deteriorated with each passing year.
Wow.
You know, so at the end of the day, when you sit to think about it, it's actually Nigerians that are doing more harm and making sure that the industry does not grow.
Whoa. This has been quite a very enlightening one, I must tell you. But we'll have to move on. You've just blown my mind with everything you say right now, but we'll just have to move on due to time constraints. So, what wisdom nuggets will you hand out to people who are just coming into the industry, the newbies who want to come in to the Nigerian movie industry?
That's for producers or actors?
Everybody, that general guideline that you will give them, or that general word of advice you will give to them as they wish to come in.
Okay, so what I would just say is this: make sure you're someone who is filled with integrity, who is credible. Now, for those who, and of course, like I said earlier, because there is no proper structure, you have to create your own structure. Fine, there are some, because you want to put your faces out there, especially for the actors, because you want to put your faces out there, you may take some jobs for free, at least to establish yourself in the business. And also make sure that, you know, you have multiple streams of income. One, it helps you be picky with your productions, and even if you choose to delve into one production for free, you know that you're not doing it for the money, and besides, you know that, okay, at least you're comfortable enough to take on this production for free. But do not make it a regular occurrence, because the industry, word travels fast. You know, there are some producers, yes, that, like I said earlier on, few of them who are integrity filled. So yes, you tell them, look, I'm only doing this for you. Subsequent ones, I will not do it for free. And please do not tell anyone that I did it for free, and they will keep to their word. Others won't. Now, if you're coming in as a producer, please pay your cast. Treat your cast well. A lot of producers are guilty of becoming demigods once they sit on that producer's chair, and they forget that the actors are the people who help them project their productions. So when you treat an actor shabbily, or you treat a crew member shabbily, you cannot expect those same people to want to work with you or to say good things about you going forward. You know, so please always have that. Then also, as an actor, be a team player. Don't just don't come on set and be, you know, forming divas. Come on set, relate with everybody. Imito Ladwell said something a while back, said the best actor is a team player. One of the qualities of a good actor is being a team player.
Very true.
You know, you have to relate with everybody, because it takes collaborative effort to put out a good production. And once there's an issue on set, even the audience can tell when they watch that film. It's that spiritual, you know. And then, of course, try to promote productions you're in, because it also shows team spirit. And then for producers which goes back to being, you know, integrity field, once you know that you have a budget for marketing and you're incorporating the actor, please pay the actor. A lot of producers are guilty of not doing that. They will tell you, you know, it's compulsory, you have to promote this. And while it is, to a large extent, if there's money involved, please Sure,
You
there'll
have to
be,
pay.
they have to pay. When we're doing rounds for 93 days, at least they had a provision for transport allowance. So if you're going, to radio stations or TV houses to talk about it, you know that, okay, they've sent money to your account. You have no excuse. You have to go.
You have
and
to go.
these little things matter. So,
They do matter a lot, a whole lot. Thank you so much, Sheon, for joining us on the show. Our guest today has been Sheon Kentebe, a producer, a Nigerian actor or script writer, and the show has been Producers Hub. Thank you so much for listening. If you missed the show today or you want to refer someone to listen again, you could find the show on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast. My name is Olaitan Meadows. Thank you so much.